WMMR
93.3 WMMR here in Philadelphia. We're backstage MMR 2 with Ben of Breaking Benjamin.
What's up?
How's things, man? Thanks for stopping by. We appreciate it.
Things are going great, man. Thanks for having me.
We were. I'm sure you recall this. Maybe you don't. I don't know. I think we were in touch with you guys. You guys are officially, I guess, our favorite band, or our listeners' favorite bands.
Awesome.
I'm referring to the MM March Madness thing. Did you hear about that?
I did hear about that, and it's an honor.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, that is huge.
Yeah.
I mean, that thing started with like 64 bands, and you just watch Breaking Benjamin go through, till it was
That's awesome,
you
man.
and Pearl Jam. And then you waxed them.
I know, man. That's tough, man.
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
Yeah. Are you a Pearl Jam fan?
Absolutely. Who isn't?
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
And that's just such. You could tell, like you being, based locally, that your fans came out in full force and said, "Dude."
Oh yeah. Well, if it wasn't for them,
Right,
obviously
right.
we wouldn't be where
You
we're
guys are
at.
from Wilkes-Barre, is that right?
Yeah, we're like based around there.
Right. Now I heard an interesting story, and I don't know if it's true or not. Just through the grapevine.
It's not true.
No, just about how when you guys first got started, there was some DJ up there.
Yeah, he's actually our tour manager now.
Right.
Yeah.
Tell me that story. What's the deal with it?
Oh, it's pretty cool. He was like the Howard Stern of our area, and
Right.
kind of like a shock jockey
Sure.
or whatever you would call it, and pretty big for our area, so
Right.
he had a lot of pull.
Yeah.
And he would just sneak our songs in between, and he'd piss the PD off
Yeah,
a
I
lot, which
bet.
is program director.
Right.
If anybody out there doesn't know, but he'd have the program director turning red.
Because he just keep playing. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's actually really funny because he would compress the songs so that they were only like 2.5 minutes long.
Right.
So I'd listen to him on the radio. I'm like, I don't remember recording it this fast, but at least they were in there.
He could sneak it in then. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
but after he did that, it just turned from having 300 people to 600
Yeah,
people,
right,
so on
right.
and so forth at shows and stuff like that.
Right.
So,
And then when you guys made it, you just said you're coming with us.
yeah, after a while, we were like, it makes perfect sense just to take him along with us.
The new record, Phobia. By the way, I'm a huge fan.
Thank you.
Love the stuff. Love it
Thank
all.
you.
And really, really dig the new record. Phobia. Why Phobia? Why'd you call it Phobia? We noticed on your website you had like fear of.
Yeah, fear of society, fear
all
of
the-
pretty
yeah,
much
and-
everything.
And the record's titled Phobia. Any particular reason? Or?
Well, just because, I, like many musicians, suffer from some anxiety,
Right.
and I had been going through that in the studio because of, deadlines and
Yeah.
quality assurance on my half. Like, I'm
It's gotta
hard
be
on
a lot of
myself.
stress. I mean, when you're putting out especially to follow up a successful record.
Yeah, that's what it is, man.
Right.
That's where all the stress comes
Yeah.
from, But then, after a while, I just stopped caring. But at the time, I was just really about to have a nervous breakdown and
Yeah.
stuff. So it just thought it made sense because that's what was going on when we were
Right.
doing it.
Yeah. And do you have any fears yourself?
I have a lot of fears.
Basic anxiety.
I have a fear of pretty much everything. I'm scared of you right now.
Please. I'm
No.
the most harmless guy you'll ever meet.
Yeah, no, I know. But no, it's, I have a fear of flying. I don't fly. I have a fear of germs.
Now, so do you take the tour bus everywhere you go then?
Yeah.
Don't fly?
No.
No. So do you do any overseas shows or?
I would if they put me on a boat, but
On a
they've
boat,
never
right,
offered
right.
yet.
There's a lot of people like that, though. They were like,
Yeah, Madden's like that.
yeah, it takes that bus everywhere. Mr. T, remember?
Mr. T.
they had to like drug his milk.
Yeah, they're gonna drug my milk.
So you wouldn't do it at all. Like if you could
Nah.
just take something and knock out and sleep through the whole thing.
No, because I'm actually scared of that too.
Right.
I'm scared I won't wake up from that.
So do you get like these offers to come play Europe? Because I mean they got to be starving for you if they're huge fans over there that like the record and they're like, well, they're not going to come here.
From what I hear from other bands that are friends of ours,
Right.
like good close friends of ours, like See There in 3 Days
Yeah.
and stuff like that. That I hear that when they go over there, people are asking about us because we do a tour in the States, and then they leave for Europe,
Right.
and we don't go with them.
Right.
And people are like, "Where's Breaking Benjamin?"
Maybe you should get on a boat one day and just go.
I would love
take a
to.
cruise or something.
I would love to send a letter to my record label or something because they're not. They've never
How long
offered.
does it take to get across the ocean? I don't even
Wow,
know.
and they're owned by Disney, so I know they got a couple cruise ships
sure.
I could
Sure.
stow away
Make
on.
it a vacation. Why not?
Sure.
Breath is the first #1 single. Is that right?
I guess
First
if
number
you
one.
say
That's
so.
good. Well, that's what I've been told. That's huge.
Thanks,
That's
man. Yeah.
that's a pretty big deal, huh?
Yeah, it's cool to actually have a second single that's doing good. Like,
Yeah, and the new records come out. I mean, with Diary Jane and then with Breath, it's just any plans to release a third single, or is that just record company
well,
stuff?
that's up to all
Yeah.
you guys at radio, I guess.
Oh well, we'll play it.
Well, there you go.
We'll play it around here. You're actually friends with Pat Callahan, who used to play with Seether.
Yeah.
Right. And
Yeah.
now you're touring with Seether. How's that? Did you tour with them before when Pat was in the band?
Absolutely. I've known those guys for years
Yeah.
now. Years, yeah. And 3 days. As a matter of fact, one of the first tours that we ever did was with 3 Days Grace and Seether and Evanescence and ourselves.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So that was years ago.
How many dates into this tour are you with Seether then?
With Seether, it's like our 6th or 7th show or something like that. I don't know, man. It's hard to keep track.
Yeah. You took some time off over the summer though. Had to cancel some shows just for whatever reason.
Yeah, I was pretty much spent.
Right.
I know it was over 2 months, and in my defense, I asked them not to book them, and they did anyway. And I knew I couldn't handle it.
It's I think, matter of fact, I think it was an interview with you that I heard that you might have done with Pierre, our midday guy, who said you were talking about just being in a band and how what people see is that 1 hour a night when you're pouring your heart out.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, they're not seeing the other 23 hours a day, which is it's not all.
And they think that like you just you're at home and then you got out of bed and then you go and do a show. They don't know you've been on the road for like 2 months or whatever before that.
Sure. You got a different vibe, like you say. Sometimes you get anxious about this or that. When you get out on stage, is it a completely different world? Just
yeah, it's kind of weird for me. I just get
because you get up there in front of thousands of people.
Well, don't like try and make me. I'm doing good so far. You're gonna make me freak out.
Yeah.
No, I don't think about it, man. I just go out there, I do my thing, and I just do what everybody else does. I just think to myself, everybody else is out there rocking it. I can too. And
sure.
Playing with these guys here today, it's like. It's humbling for me very much because like Live and Collective Soul are here and stuff.
Yeah. And how cool is it that like half this bill is a Pennsylvania band? It's like Silvertide,
awesome.
Newsphere, you guys, Live. I mean, half the bill.
It's awesome, yeah, man. It's cool.
Looking forward to playing tonight?
I am, yeah.
Looking forward to tearing it up. My producer here, Kristen, she was hoping that the rest of the band would just stop by too because she had this thing. You'll have to explain it because I'm not familiar with it. There was some MTV
Got
thing.
A crush on one of the boys.
It was before
Two
Breaking
of them.
Benjamin. What's
they
the
were
story?
in Lifer, but it was Strangers with Candy.
With Candy,
before
yeah.
that. I was obsessed with them when they won that MTV cover band contest.
Yeah.
And so, like, even my brothers and sisters and I, we still have that single on, like, all the CDs we still make. And
I'll send them over for you.
Yeah. Now, who was singing for that band? Who was that? If it was.
That's actually another really good friend of mine. His name's Nick Coyle.
Yeah.
And he's in a new band now called the Drama Club that's going to be tearing some stuff up.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Who are you fans of right now? Like, what are you listening to? When you're
I listen to pretty much anything, but I'm really into this band called Fair to Midland right now.
Right. Yeah.
And, just obviously everybody we tour with, I get to hear them for free every night.
I heard great things about this Fair to Midland. They just did a show here at the. Kristen, who was it that Fair to Midland opened for? I'm having a brain fart here. They just played
Chevelle?
Yes, Chevelle. That was it. Thank you. Yeah.
See, I even know their schedule, and I'm an obsessed fan.
Yeah, and I heard great things. People came back, and they went to see Chevelle, and they came back, and they said, you got to hear this band.
Yeah, they're great, man. They're really cool dudes. And make
That's
really
another
cool
thing,
music.
too. When you tour with all these bands, like, you're eventually going to end up on the road with bands you're actually a fan of. And it's just...
well, like I was saying, like with Collective Soul and Live and stuff, like I used to listen to them, like, like back in the day, and it's just an honor. It's a privilege to share the stage with them and like see them. I'm like, there's Ed.
Yeah, and how cool is it when they like maybe come around and compliment you and say great set? Or
it's like I don't even believe it's happening.
Yeah, right. We suck.
No, I just I just hang my head down.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's so cool.
With this big stupid smile on my face.
So, and you were telling me off here, sober 8 months now.
Yeah. Yep.
That's crazy. How's that treating you? It's got to be tough on the road, right?
It is and it isn't because like I was saying to you before, I've drank enough for about 5 people's lifetimes, and I don't really miss feeling like crap every day.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. You always wake up feeling like crap. I speak from experience because I feel like crap today.
Oh yeah, I mean I'm sure there's many shows that people have been to where I've said, man, I'm hungover, and I really was, and it's just not, it's not a good
and then
thing.
It turns into a vicious circle. They say with people, especially like when you're out and you got to do a job to do it. You're in a band and you want to perform every night and you want to perform up to par. And so the only way to feel better, we'll just drink again.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what it is. And for me, like I was saying to you with the phobia thing, like I do have some anxieties, and drinking was a good cure for that for me. So now I just deal with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just push through it.
Yeah.
But drinking for me mainly was that. Right. Everything. Like I'm scared to fly. I'm scared to ride on a bus. So like when the bus would start cooking up, ready to go, man, I'd get hammered and just sleep. Well,
you must really love what you do because you fight through all that crap to do it.
Yeah, that's right.
That's cool. Ben from Breaking Benjamin, I appreciate you stopping by, man.
Thanks
it's
for having
totally
me,
a
man.
pleasure. It's
Thank you, man.
Honor to meet you.
Thank you.
Honor to meet you. Breaking Benjamin will be on stage next at the MM Barbecue 2 here at the Tweeter. You're listening to 93.3 WMMR.